Congratulations to Eliud Kipchoge, and of course, pride for Kenya. Probably we could talk about this before we move on to, we go back to our discussion. Of course, it is a moment to savor for any Kenyan, and irrespective of the political affiliation, because when it comes to national pride, no one thinks about where you come from.
Well, again, congratulations to the gentleman. I think he's super efficient. He's got a super efficient system that can keep him running and beating records every single day. But now looking at it as a country, one wonders whether the government agencies, whose responsibility is to maximize that kind of exposure, whether they'll take advantage of it. Of course, Kipchoge has got our national flag, and I've seen a few people waving our flag, which is a very good thing. But the question always remains that how do we deploy these super efficient human beings to market Kenya, maybe as an investment destination, as a tourist destination, and also promote our exports. So one would actually expect that the government agencies whose core responsibility is to promote Kenya would take advantage of this. Maybe this evening, I suspect, wherever he's going to have his meal, it will be flooded by Kenyan tea, by Kenyan coffee, such kind of things. But maybe I should manage my expectations the way you are smiling. So he'll probably just have his cup of tea and go home.
Has born on this?
Well, I think I agree with Dismas. And first of all, congratulations to Eliud Kipchoge. I mean, he's been phenomenal. He's taken Kenya to a whole new level. I think even going back to what he did with Ineos Marathon, what he's done at the Berlin, it's a big thing for Kenya, and I think there's need not just to use this to market the country, but how do we leverage on the undefeatable spirit that we see in Eliud Kipchoge to nurture the next generation of Kenyans who will grow up knowing that nothing is impossible, that you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. How do we use him to rally Kenyans around, some sort of a cultural identity that is truly Kenyan, that will take us away from our ethnicity? And let me also say that at a personal level, how do we ensure that athletes, live the kind of lifestyle that Eliud Kipchoge has? Not forgetting the commercial bit of it, because where Eliud Kipchoge is right now, I remember David Rudisha was in the London Olympics. And today, David Rudisha is probably a shell of his former self. So to what extent do we have the longevity that we see in Eliud Kipchoge manifest itself in other athletes? And how do we build the capacity of other athletes, not just as athletes, but as individuals with verbal, commercial, value? I remember he was invited after starting at the London Olympics alongside the likes of Usain Bolt. He was invited to the Emirates Stadium. I don't think he took the offer, but he didn't take his brand to the level where Usain Bolt took his. And you see, coming from a country like Kenya, there are certain commercial values that you have to attach to some of these things. And I think there is need to speak to the issues around sports, just beyond getting the accolades. How do they survive as individuals who will be worth emulating 10, 15 years from now, because they will invest in themselves, they'll invest in their communities, and they'll have this enduring success story until probably they go to be with their makers.
Okay, thank you. And of course, once again, congratulations to Eliud Kipchoge. He has won the Berlin Marathon and